Hi, welcome to today's video and thanks for joining me. Today we're going to be talking about this subject, the RRSP Meltdown, with some interesting twists. You're going to like this. This is a single person business owner with money in their RSP, money in their corporation, and carrying lots of debt throughout their retirement. And something we've never talked about, this is elder care. Someone who's concerned about having someone come in and care for them in their golden years and moving into one of those retirement lifestyle communities, you know, the ones where you spend $5,000 a month. So lots of twists and turns. If you're not a single person, we're still going to be covering CPP and old age security optimization, RRSP meltdown, RRIF meltdown, whole life insurance inside of the corporation. Man, this is packed with stuff. I hope you enjoyed it. Remember, put your comments below, smash that subscribe button. Let's get into why you're here today. Let's introduce you to Catherine. Catherine is asking the question, that number one question you all have: will I have enough money to retire? Now, from the outside, Catherine has actually enough money to retire, but because of these goals that she has, that's what's making her doubt whether she has enough money to retire. And really, it's all about the withdrawal strategy in this particular example. So I hope you can appreciate what we're going to be going through. Lots of twists and turns. She's got money in her RSP, money in her corporation. Every business owner asks me the same question: should I fund my RSP? Should I take money out of my corporation? How do I take money out of the corporation? How do I get money out tax-free in the corporation? And then this interesting one about elder care, wanting to make sure that she's going to have someone come in and care for her when she's in her 80s while she's living in one of these retirement lifestyle communities. So really a cool plan. And I was happy to be able to do this plan because it was really interesting to go through it. Let's go into the planning software and we're going to show you two scenarios here. Right, you're looking at scenario one, and let's dig into what Catherine wants to achieve in her plan. So we talked about having enough money to last her lifetime. So the income here is $65,000. That's after tax. And then we drop that down later on in her life to $50,000 a year so that she can enjoy her lifestyle, traveling and so on. And then later on in life, she wants to move into this retirement lifestyle community. Remember, $5,000 a month, so that's $60,000 a year. And we are estimating that the future value of elder care is going to be about $33,000 a year to come in and help Catherine. That here, $93,000 plus the $50,000 of lifestyle money that she's going to be spending. So again, pretty heavy lifting for her portfolio through her golden years from 80 to 89 that we have to focus on. Big challenge. Now, an extra challenge that Catherine threw at me was this. You might notice here that Catherine is renting this year and the next year, and she wants to not rent anymore. At age 62, she wants to buy a house. So let's slide over here and show you how we accomplish this. We're going to be pulling money out of her corporation vis-a-vis this non-eligible dividend. We're going to store up that capital, put the money down onto that house as a down payment along with some TFSA money, and there you've got the house, $600,000. Now she's in a home, 62, loving her place, and you can see she's starting off with about $450,000 in this year, 2024, but by the time she hits 67, we're doing withdrawals about $15,000, and she has $760,000. So someone might say that's plenty of money, but not if you've got this big guy over here, and that's that mortgage, $31,000 a year of mortgage payments throughout her retirement, plus funding a car loan too. We're getting rid of the car eventually, but $31,000, that's hard lifting for her portfolio. Eventually at age 80, we sell the house, pay off the mortgage, and this money goes into the TFSA, and you'll notice $335 in the TFSA, $270 into her non-registered account, plus there's withdrawals in that year to help fund her retirement. Then you can see here we are doing withdrawals out of her non-registered account. Money's gone by the time she's 85. We do 2 years of RRIF meltdown, and then all the money is gone out of her RRIF. And then we've got the TFSA that we're using a little bit up, and then we've got $65,000 left at the end of her life. One of the things we did in the very beginning is we pushed off CPP and old age security. As you can see right here, we've pushed that down to age 70 to allow us to do as much of that RSP as we can to not affect her tax rate, because her tax rate is quite high already. Well, she doesn't run out of money. This works for her. She ends up paying $918,000 in her corporate tax between now and the end of her life. So, that's a lot of money. So can we improve on that? Let's find out if we can. We're in scenario number two, and you can see everything has remained the same. The $65,000 of after-tax money, the $50,000 later on, all the expenses are the same. Same with the elder care and moving into the retirement community at age 80. You can see over here, she's got her assets are the same, 452 and 760. None of that has changed. All of that is the same, right? We took dividends out of her company to fund the purchase of the house that you see here. There's your mortgage. All of that is the same. Then we get to age 80 and we're doing the downsize, but you'll notice right away there was $335 going in the TFSA in the last example, but more money going into the non-registered. And the reason for that is because of this little guy over here. What do you notice? We'll call it $22,000 of after-tax or tax-free income from her life insurance. Now, watch this video up here where I talk about corporately held life insurance. I'll give you the quick version of this. When a business owner has an incorporation, a corporation, you can push money from your cash account or your investment account that you're paying tax on. You know you're paying tax. It is passive income tax in Canada. It's crushing you. And so you move this money into insurance a little bit every single year and allow that money to grow and compound inside of your life insurance, in your corporately held life insurance, where you pay zero tax on the growth. You don't have to pay any tax on the dividend. It's a huge opportunity for business owners to conserve their capital, to allow that to grow tax-free, and then take the money later on. Now, how do you take the money later on and not pay any income tax? Well, you do it by a line of credit. People ask me, how do you do the line of credit? Don't you have to pay tax? When you take a line of credit on your home, is that a taxable event for you? No, it's not. You're using your home as collateral and the bank gives you a line of credit. In this case, you're using the cash value of your whole life insurance in your corporation to take a line of credit. And you can have that money come to you personally and you pay zero tax. Totally legal in Canada. That's the corporate tax laws in Canada. So you can actually take that line of credit, give that money to yourself personally, and use that any way you like. There's no limits on what you can use the money for, and you don't have to pay any payments towards that loan as well. It sounds amazing because it is. It's the most amazing opportunity for a corporation to use their money in this fashion. In this case, they got $22,000 that they're coming into your hands personally, tax-free, and so it doesn't drive up the tax rate. In fact, the tax rate now drops slightly, better than the first scenario, and it presents us actually with a different challenge. Now we actually have more money in the RRSP, in this case, in the RRIF at this point, and now we have to do a RRIF meltdown. In the previous example, we had 2 years of doing a RRIF meltdown. Now I'm doing a RRIF meltdown all the way through their life. If I wanted to get it to zero, I'm going to have to ask Catherine, do you mind if we just increase your tax base? We can, because we have 8% here, 13. We could have got this down to zero, and there would have been no money left in the RRIF. Now, by doing this, what is the advantage? Remember, it was $918,000 in taxes. Here, it's only $854,000, so it's a $57,000 savings in taxes year over year. But what's the big advantage here is Catherine wanted to make sure she had some money left behind for her nieces and nephews. Let's look at that. On your left-hand side, you see no insurance. That was scenario number one. And she's left with $79,000 circled in red. That's not enough money to give to your nieces and nephews. On the right-hand side, this is with insurance in your corporation. Remember, the corporation is now going to pay off the loan at your passing and leave Catherine with $912,000 available to go to her nieces and nephews. We're dealing with the same amount of money here. We're not, injecting different amounts here. Same amount of money. Same CPP and old age security start date, same RSP value, same TFSA value, same house purchase, same rollover of that into her account. But because we've got the income coming in through the life insurance, we are presented with a different withdrawal strategy that allows us to have more money for Catherine. So what would you rather have? The same dollar amount going into your strategy and having almost $1 million more at your passing versus really nothing at your passing. Well, I hope you enjoyed today's video. This is what I love doing. If you want to know how this might work for you, you've got to get a financial plan. It's seeing the outcome of your planning decisions before you get to them. Now, you see, in this scenario that I presented you, Catherine was thinking she may not have enough money. Now we get to a point where we say, actually, you will have enough money, and we have another alternative solution for you to look at where you can now balance those against one another and see which one you like. If there was no estate value goal there, then maybe Catherine would have opted to just spend all her money down to the $79,000 and be done with it. But in this case, we're able to find a solution for her that seemed to work. Remember, we love making financial plans to help you live the kind of lifestyle you want in your retirement. Be sure to contact us because we're going to be able to do this kind of exciting planning for you as well. Thanks for joining me today. Remember, put your comments below, subscribe to this channel, and I look forward to seeing you in the next video. Thanks and be well.